Hello and welcome to another week of Upstart Football Weekly. As always, I'm Shane Palmer and with me, Jake, again. How are we?
Good, thanks, mate. Good to be here again after last week's miss. Good to be back.
We're back after the Easter break, of course.
Yes. Hope you all had a lovely Easter break, by the way.
Indeed. Arsenal versus Chelsea first up. Chelsea beat Spurs 5-1 in the FA Cup semi last Sunday night. They thrashed them. The second goal, of course, was a bit controversial. The referee awarded Mata's shot to have gone across the line, which it was a good metre short of.
At least.
But Chelsea, they're really getting some good form towards the end of the season, gaining a lot of momentum. And with the Champions League semi midweek, they could get 2 trophies by the end of this year. Jake, what do you think about Arsenal?
I don't think they'll get 2 trophies.
You don't think they will?
I don't think they'll get any. Okay. I think they might. Will they rest anyone, you think?
Well, Torres, maybe?
Sorry. They might rest Torres. Arsenal been a bit out of form, but I'll still back them just to get up at home.
If Van Persie again can fire, well, maybe they can.
Van Persie fires, they win.
I think Chelsea have it's all momentum at the moment and emotion. They should win 2-1 at the Emirates. Jake?
As usual, we disagree. 2-1 Arsenal. So we have Newcastle hosting Stoke, which is a bit of an interesting game. I mean, Newcastle hitting a bit of form and still top 4 chance. And
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
not sure about this game.
Well, they're level on points with Tottenham at the moment. Just goal difference separates them. There's no reason mathematically that Newcastle couldn't be playing in the Champions League next year.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen though. But they will. They should win this one.
They'll push it. They should beat Stoke.
They should win this one at home.
Yeah. I'm going to say 2-0 to Newcastle. Jake?
I'll go 2-0. Sounds good.
There we go.
Next up, the lowly Wolverhampton host Man City. And after a pretty torrid season, it's not going to look too good here for Wolverhampton. And Man City should get a top and continue to put pressure on Manchester United. Actually, lucky enough to have a guest from Manchester City. We have Joel. Joel, how are you?
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Roberto Mancini declared the title race over with United being the winners. What are your thoughts?
Oh, no, mate. No, none of that. We're going all right. We'll keep pushing. Yeah, it's going to come down a bit later in the season. We're not far off United at the moment. We'll keep going right. Only a couple of points shy.
That's good to hear. Nice of you to be optimistic, mate. What are your thoughts on the return of Carlos Tevez?
Oh, mate, Carlos is our man. And I'll admit, yeah, I was wrong. When he's come back a couple of weeks ago, I've got up on my seat, shook my fist at him, uttered a few expletives I better not say here. But the other week, he slotted 3 against Norwich. That was great, and we're really happy with him. He's about to have our lad back. He's great. Mario Balotelli, a man, sadly, he's great at darts, but, he's been suspended, sadly, for a bit of the wee bad conduct. But, nah, he's going all right. It's going all right, mate.
Assuming Manchester City has returned to form, is it going to come down to the Manchester derby on April 30th?
Oh, mate, April 30th, that's the day, innit? It's going to be great. We're going to slot some goals. We're going to beat United, and we'll just push for the league, innit? It's great.
Thanks for your comments tonight, Joel, and we'll talk to you later, maybe.
All right, mate, no worries. Next up, we have Fulham versus Wigan. Fulham, mid-table, they'll stay up this year. They're not doing too bad. Wigan, on the other hand, have had some amazing form recently.
First team in about a decade to go to beat Man U and Arsenal in consecutive games.
Just about.
I think.
They have never beaten United in the Premier League until last week.
Until
last week. And recently beat Arsenal 2-1 at the Emirates. They scored 2 goals within the first 10 minutes, which was amazing. And Arsenal couldn't peg anything back. So, I think they're going to go to Fulham and they're going to win 2-1.
All right. I think the luck's run out and Fulham will
Mate,
get up here.
They're safe at the moment.
They're safe.
They're a couple points out of the relegation zone, unlike the Wolves.
Moving on.
Next, we've got Bolton versus Swansea. Bolton, not so good this year. Swansea, on the other hand, are playing good football. They thumped the Rovers 3-0 last week, and their main man, Sigurdsson, if he can stay this year, if he can stay after this year, they could be all right next year. He's on loan from Germany, and he's playing quite well.
Yeah, I'm not too interested in this one, to be honest. Don't care about all this. Both have done their job to keep the Wolves out of next year's Premier League. I'm just not happy with them. Just move on, mate. Next up, we've got our second edition of Goal of the Week.
played forward for Carlos Tevez, who knocks a clever back heel, which is picked up by Sergio Aguero! What a strike from Sergio Aguero!
A wonderful finish by Aguero there in a massive City 6-1 rout of Norwich.
Good quality production.
Next up, Blackburn host Norwich, the Canaries. Rovers struggling a lot this year. Not as bad as the Wolves, but they're a big chance to go down. Norwich, on the other hand, while they got thumped 6-1 by City, they've played good this year. They've played well. Yeah, a very informed City.
Fired up.
Look fired up, they do,
they
indeed. This one, Jake, I'm going to say Norwich 2-1.
1-0. Next up, Aston Villa host the Sunderland, who couldn't even manage a victory against the pitiful Wolves.
The Wolves.
It must be said. So, a Sunderland chance this week?
Well, I think so. Villa thumped 4-0 by Man United at Old Trafford last week.
At Old Trafford.
Villa, a bit so-so. Both teams are reasonably
Another
safe
game
for
I
staying
won't
up.
watch.
Yeah.
Another game.
It's a bit of a nothing match, sadly.
Very much. So, 1-0. I'll give it 1-0.
0-0.
Actually, no, 1-0 Villa. Sunderland couldn't even score last week. So.
Yeah, I'm going to say 0-0. No goals here. Next, QPR host Tottenham. Tottenham thumped in the FA Cup semi last week. This is a massive game for them. They need to keep points, especially with Arsenal dropping against Wigan, being beaten by them last week. Tottenham need to close that gap on 3rd and 4th place, especially with Newcastle so hot on their heels. QPR, mixed form recently. You know, Bobby Zamora is back fit. Joey Barton's come back. He's scoring a few goals. But I think Tottenham, they're going to go to the other side of London here and they'll get a good 2-0 victory.
2-0, yeah, that sounds about right. Spurs, they need to finish in the top 4 the way they started the season. They just would have to. It's good. It's like a very close quarters now. Arsenal, Tottenham and Newcastle, so it makes it pretty exciting into the season, and Spurs will get up pretty comfortably here, I think.
And of course, Chelsea aren't too far away either.
No, they aren't. Sorry, I forgot about it. I don't like Chelsea. So. Next up is Man United and Everton, which should be another easy one for Manchester just to keep their 5-point gap.
Yeah, should be. Everton pretty unlucky against Liverpool in the FA Cup semi, the other one on the weekend. Andy Carroll, of all people, scored. And look, Everton were pretty strong. They should have done a lot more after opening the lead through Jelavic, but United way too much of a challenge at Old Trafford. 3-0 victory to United.
Yeah, 3-0 sounds good.
Next up, we have a new segment, Classic Moments in Diving.
Andy Young enters the box and he launches into a high pike and he's tumbled down, and that's a lovely finish there. And oh yes, the referee has awarded a penalty. This is a fantastic piece of diving here. The referee sees full contact, although there is absolutely none at all.
I don't know if that was classic, but well, we'll move on. Liverpool hosting.
I gave it a 10.
Liverpool hosting West Brom, and Liverpool up and about after a good win on the weekend, so I think they'll continue against West Brom.
I can see Liverpool getting a draw here. They seem to. The last time they went to Wembley, they won one game in the next 6, whereas they've been there on the weekend. Andy Carroll scored, as we said before. He doesn't score goals, and West Brom are sort of that not so bad, not so good mid-table side. I reckon they'll snatch a point here, 1-1.
Well, hopefully a good game. I don't see it, but okay. 1-0.
1-0.
1-0. Carroll again. Form.
We're just about to run out of time, but here's another quick look at the table.
Manchester United still sit 5 points clear of Manchester City, while Arsenal, Tottenham, Newcastle and Chelsea all vie for the 3rd and 4th places and the Champions League that comes with it. And at the bottom, QPR are just out of relegation trouble, while Bolton, Blackburn and the Wolves all vying to stay up. Wolverhampton sadly look condemned to go down.
And that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Shane.
And I'm Jake. We'll see you next week.